Warning. The following video presentation contains scenes of extreme deliciousness. Failure to either eat first or bring a snack to consume during the presentation could result in wanting to lick the screen or in some way act the fool. Ain't nobody want that. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, boys and ghouls. Decay's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Decay's making a snack today. Shove it right into your mouth. Decay's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? Is he making it for me? Decay's making a snack today. It's time for tactical snacking with Decay.
Hey folks, how's everyone doing today? Happy Saturday or Sunday or whatever day of the week it is for you out there. Yeah, it's been a nice day so far. It's a holiday weekend for us here in the U.S. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I took care of business yesterday, and so I've spent basically all day in my sweatpants, which has been kind of nice. Yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend so far, and kind of in honor of that, we're like, you know what? Hey, let's do some barbecue type stuff. But unfortunately, doing things like ribs or sort of traditional barbecue stuff is it's a long process, and doesn't really make sense to do that kind of thing. At least not for me, and not right now. But in doing a little bit of reading and browsing on the internet, I came across some recipes for doing country style ribs in an Instant Pot, which I have an Instant Pot, and I happen to have country style ribs. So okay, this could be good. It could be a total disaster, but it could be really good. For those that don't know, country style ribs, at least here in the US, they're usually boneless, and it is a cut up pork shoulder specifically, and they usually cut them up into strips that kind of look like ribs. And so it's just pork shoulder as opposed to actual rib section kind of stuff. Now, normally when I make them, I'm a big fan of doing them sous vide. So seasoned up, vacuum sealed, and then in a temperature controlled water bath for usually about 6 to 8 hours. And then that way I just kind of put them in and I don't have to worry about it. But like I said, I found a number of recipes online that suggested doing them in the Instant Pot. And not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned, but I figured, you know what? Hey, let's give it a shot, because in theory, total under pressure cook time is about 45 minutes for this. There is the natural kind of cool down time, and however long it takes for it to actually come up to full pressure. So we're looking at, I don't know, hour and change, which is totally doable for this sort of strain. So we will get that going post haste. However, before we get those going, I need to get the taters started. Initially I had thought about doing mashed potatoes to go with them because it makes sense, and mashed potatoes are always good. However, when I was looking at the potatoes that I had picked up, these guys, Yukon Golds, and just kind of the size of them, I thought, you know, these would be really good baked and kind of treated a little bit like potato skins, because they're not super thick and I'll still have the potato kind of inside. So I figured, you know what, let's do it that way. And when we get closer to being done, we'll kind of discuss what's going to go on top of them. But to get these started, what I'm going to want to do is actually, I've got 6 potatoes here because I wanted leftovers. I'm actually going to cut them so they're long and thinner. So just like that. So I've got quite a bit of surface area here. Hey, Scott Connor, welcome, welcome. We want ribs. We want ribs. Okay, give it a minute. We'll get there. Yeah, give it 120 minutes and we'll have ribs. So I've got the potatoes that I'm slicing up this way, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get them into salted boiling water for about 12 minutes. This is just based on my own experience. And then we're going to bake them for an hour at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And at the halfway mark, we're going to take them out and kind of smash them down a little bit. Paint on probably butter, although we could use bacon fat on the back side of the potato, so they'll be skin side up in a Pyrex dish. And then when they come out, we can dress them kind of however we want. So, the camera's working, huzzah! Alright. So this is just a pot of salted water that I got going. Actually, hang on. I'm going to leave the top off on that. Because it's going to boil over. So I will let Mrs. Wayso kind of tend to that to make sure it doesn't boil over. And in the meantime...
it's boiling! What do I do?
In the meantime, in my sautéed that I just walked over with, I've got the remainder of the chicken stock from Monday's Chonko Nabe stream. And I'm putting this in the bottom of the Instant Pot. Oh good, there's enough to cover it because that's kind of what we want. I'm going to save this because we're going to make the barbecue sauce in it later.
And it's an expensive pan.
It's
one of your pride and joy pans.
It is one of my pride and joy
One of the
pans.
first pans you were given.
No, I purchased it.
That you purchased.
So I've got my country style ribs here. And I'm just laying them out on the paper so I can get them seasoned up. So I've got 6 strips here, and they're all about the same size, which is kind of nice for a change. Because sometimes when you get them, they can be slightly wonky sizes. But that is okay. I'm going to hit them with my kombu salt and then my saltless barbecue rub. The recipe for the barbecue rub is actually on the YouTube page. Hey, Night Songs, welcome, welcome.
It's on the YouTube.
So I just want to make sure everything is nicely seasoned. Come on, stand up.
I'm standing.
Not you. Over. Are you putting silverware away?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's what it sounded like.
I can't just stand here and
That's
watch
okay.
the pot, so I figured I might as well be useful. Woman's work! Woman's work!
Notice those were hers words. Those weren't mine. Yes, they are boneless Night Songs. They are country style ribs, which is just pork shoulder that's been cut into strips, and these don't have any bones in them. So it's just meat and, well, fat and connective tissue. That's not a ton of salt on all of these, which is good. But then I got a fat container in my barbecue rub.
You have a fat container in your barbecue rub?
Yeah, I got a fat container in my barbecue rub. No, I said I have a fat container of my barbecue rub.
Barbecue rub and everything.
I am just barbecue rubbing everything.
On the floor.
No. On the floor? It did sprinkle.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of powder. Yeah, see, look.
Oh, some got on the cutting board.
And the floor.
And the floor. That's
Look
okay.
at your foot.
Okay, I believe you.
Never believes me. Don't be all, Scott. He says he has a fat container right above his belt.
I also happen to have a fairly large fat container above my belt. But I'm just trying to get a nice coating of the barbecue rub on them. And to be honest, I mean, this is going into the Instant Pot, so it's not necessarily going to matter a heck of a lot. But then we're going to finish them off later underneath the broiler with the Walesboro barbecue sauce that we'll make. Which, the recipe for the Walesboro barbecue sauce actually isn't on the YouTube. I should make a video for it and put it up there. But I have the recipe written up here on the fridge. So when I switch back to the different camera view, you should be able to read it. I mean, when we make it, we'll go through it and talk about it. Changes that one can make. Why it's called Walesboro barbecue sauce.
It sings in our mouth.
Sure.
Like whales.
Like whales. Okay. Now we got that going. Alright. Since I don't want the country style ribs to sit directly on the bottom of the Instant Pot, I'm gonna cut up this half onion and get it in there, and then we'll put the country style ribs on top of them in there, and then get the Instant Pot started. I started the timer for the potatoes, didn't I? Top. It's on the fridge.
Fridge.
Top corner.
There's no timer going. It just says 12.
Oh, I didn't hit start.
I mean, it's not boiling yet.
It is boiling.
It just started boiling. Start?
Sure.
Do you want me to take off a couple minutes?
Like maybe 2-ish.
It literally just started boiling. I have been watching it. I didn't get that distracted.
Ooh, shiny.
What? Shiny?
Exactly. Alright. So we're going to actually end up using the juices and everything that are in here later on. I'm a big fan of adding like the juices from when I do sous vide or whatever to the barbecue sauce, just to kind of help fortify it and add additional flavor. This onion is going to serve twofold, to not only add flavor but also keep them up off the bottom of the pot. So
There's an insert supposed to be in there, right?
yeah, there can be. If I could find the wire trivet, I could have used it, but I couldn't find it, so I'm using onion instead. Okay.
Turn it down just to here. It's still boiling.
That's fine. Alright.
Bubbling like a science experiment.
Like a science experiment? Alright. Those are in and ready to go. So now... Alright, let's put on that top, get it locked, and then I'm pushing it back here for the time being. And I'm setting the timer for 45 minutes. And we're going to let it come down naturally before we do everything else. Let's see. I've made them before. The first time I didn't know how much flavor fat added, and then I cut it all off. It only took one time to learn. Yeah. The fat is kind of a double-edged sword, Night Songs, in this particular respect. Most of the outside fat you can trim off. The intramuscular fat, that's the fat that you want to keep. That's the stuff that will really kind of add to it. But yeah, it's one of those things that you just learn from kind of experience and everything else. So Scott says, I got a silicone trivet for mine, which usually put on top of the metal one. The handles make things a lot easier. Okay, makes sense. I know I have the metal trivet somewhere. I just don't know where it's at because I've never had to use it.
Well, we love Decay, but his skills aren't organization. It's a different organization. Look at that, man. You don't even know what this is.
Yeah, that's a powdered sugar shaker.
Oh.
Mrs. Wace is finding random things.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in ages.
And now it looks like it's been a party from the 80s here.
Yeah.
There's white powder everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Potatoes are boiling. We've got what, like 7 minutes on them or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. 620. The oven's already at temp, so that's a non-issue. Then we'll get the potatoes in the oven ASAP. In the meantime, let's get started on that Walesboro barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
That's right. So I'm just grabbing same Sautéed. That's what this sucker is called. It's called a Sautéed because it's got these round sides that allow you to use a whisk. So we're just going to get that out. And we're going to run down the ingredient list and go through everything.
This is a 3-quart Sautéed made by Allclad.
Yes, that is correct. Saucy. Yeah, it's a saucy. Is what it is. Okay, so our recipe for this is a 12-ounce bottle or can of beer of your choice. Today I'm using from Silver City Brewing a can of their Magnificent Bastard Scotch Ale. That's going to be the beer of choice today. And everything just gets added to the Sautéed. Whoop. Decided it wanted to come out and say hello a little bit.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Where's it from? Maybe it's got a different accent.
No, it's from Washington.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah. It's from up north.
It's not like how do Minnesota say hello? Minnesota.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
No, that's Canada.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello. Yellow. We use rice vinegar, yes. I don't know for what.
I use rice vinegar for all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So for this, besides the 12-ounce beer, 2 1/4 cups of ketchup, a ½ cup of vinegar. In this case, I'm using cane vinegar because, like most of the time, yeah, I like it and I have it. ½ cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, which between the brown sugar and the honey, those numbers are a little variable. It's really kind of like to taste. And it will depend on like how bitter the beer is that you've chosen. So if you want to counteract that, you can add more sweetener. If it's a really low bitterness beer, then you don't need to add quite as much. Yes, barbecue sauce, Night Songs. This is a barbecue sauce recipe of mine. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and about a tablespoon or so of the barbecue rub. And that will kind of round everything out. And then we'll just get it on the stove, turn it on low, and just kind of let it slowly do its thing and cook down and get all yummy and delicious. And then once the country style ribs are done, we'll pull the ribs out, strain the liquid, and probably reduce it a little bit before adding it to the sauce, because it'll just round things out and just add to the depth of flavor. Use rice vinegar when you use rice vinegar when you make barbecue sauce. Yeah, I've used rice vinegar to make barbecue sauce, and I have rice vinegar that I could use. Actually, this is a rice vinegar. This is a brown rice vinegar. It's a very nice vinegar, but this kind of thing I tend to use for just like salad dressings, dipping sauces, things that it's not going to necessarily get lost in. Hey, Wolfie Metal Beast, welcome, welcome. Yes.
There's 2 minutes left. Am I draining this? What's happening?
I can drain them.
Okay.
And
Should I get a basket out?
No, because I'm just going to use the lid. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Let's see, I need the brown sugar, which is here.
Aren't big enough. 2 minutes.
Got some honey in that bear. And there's honey in this bear. We'll do that. And let's see. What else? Worcestershire sauce. Yep. Use this stuff. And that will be golden. Okay.
Minute 30.
Thank you.
Tough job I have today.
Yes, very tough. But you're doing it really well.
Thanks. I love that you like those.
They have become very, very useful.
We can move them. They don't have to be at the back. I only put them in the back because you always
Oh, no, it's fine.
talk smack about the stuff I like.
Half cup of...
You don't always talk smack, just so we tell the people. But some of my ideas on kitchen utensils aren't kosher.
It's true. Sometimes, yeah, some of the stuff that she wants to get, I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a hard pass for me. To be fair, it's mostly like pampered chef stuff.
Well,
Just saying.
I don't buy that much pampered shit.
Not a fan.
And that's okay. No one said you had to be.
Okay. Would you... Oh, no, the camera's
He's gonna dump the potatoes that are boiling. He's parboiling them. They are yellow Yukon Gold cut lengthwise. This is a potato dish that we've made usually with small red potatoes, but we decided to go big and add toppings. Because toppings on potatoes are delicious.
That they are. Okay. Would you change the interview to... Alright, then back up.
And get out of the way. Out of the way, Peck.
Alright, so just wanted to show everyone what I was doing. I've got my largest Pyrex dish here. This is I believe a 15 by 10, which I kind of wish I had another one. And
I'm gonna make note of that. 15 by 10 Pyrex dish.
yeah, like super big. All I'm doing is arranging the halves cut side down. So then that way the cut side gets maximum crispiness. I do have in the bottom of the pan right now grapeseed oil. So then that way the fat helps them brown. And it's looking like this pan is not quite big enough. So, okay, I'm gonna have to get a bigger pan. Or another one of these. So I'm just getting out a smaller Pyrex that I'll use too. Yeah, and I just squirt a little bit of, like I said, the grapeseed oil in there, since it's a high heat oil and it's going into a 400-degree oven. But then at the 30-minute mark, when we go to pull these out and kind of smash them down a little bit, that's when we'll brush them with either a little bit of butter or maybe even bacon fat. Kind of depends on, you know, what we're feeling like. So the Instant Pot is coming up to pressure. Mike probably is picking it up, but I can see the pressure vent thing starting to push up. And it just sealed. So there we go. Ah, thanks, Wolfie Metal Beast. I appreciate that. Okay. 30 minutes on the clock. There we go. This has not quite hit to the times portion yet, but we're good to go. And just for reference, the water that the potatoes boiled in, I did fairly heavily salt, so then that way it seasoned the potatoes, so we don't have to add salt or anything like that to them later. So, oh, salty like the sea, yes indeed. All right. Oh, timer just started. This should work out pretty nicely. All right, back to our barbecue sauce. So in the saucier, we already have the beer. We already have the vinegar. Now we're gonna add the ketchup. And since I don't feel like measuring it a second time, we'll just guess that's about the quarter cup. There we go. Okay. So now we're looking at the honey. Supplement that with what's in this bottle. This will help make it nice and shiny and sticky. Alright. Brown sugar, about a half cup. Sure. Most of the time when I make this, I don't measure super carefully. That's just kind of habit. Then about a tablespoon of the seasoning. And if we feel like it needs more of it later, we can certainly add it. And a couple of tablespoons worth. Okay. That leaves everything. Yep. Alright. Take this over to the stove. And get it going. That push-up measuring device looks quite handy. It really is, Scott. It's especially helpful when you have to measure stuff like ketchup, like honey, anything that's a little sticky. that is really kind of a pain in a normal liquid measuring cup where you'd have to like get in there and kind of dig everything else out. Being able to just like put it in there and then push it out and scrape it off is really, really nice. The only problem is you got to wash these things by hand, which is not always fun.
Yeah. They're in stainless steel now, so they make them dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
I recommend going that route. The largest Pyrex dish is 10 by 15, 4.8 quarts. If we order from Whole Foods, it's only $5.
Really?
Yeah, but we gotta come up with a $35 order. I could buy some bacon.
Good.
Not a bad idea. Because $5 for that dish is pretty dang cheap.
It is very cheap. Okay, barbecue sauce is going, and then once it kind of comes up to a boil, we'll turn it down so then that way it'll reduce nice and slowly.
Scott says his dishwashers are right under his wrists.
That is ready to go. Now, the carrots, thankfully, don't take very long at all in order to come together. It's really, well, I'll talk about them because we got some time. Carrots are just sliced up. I usually do them on the bias, unless they're really big carrots, and then I'll do them in rounds. They get sauteed up in a little bit of butter. Then, once they get about halfway done, I add in garlic, sambal, which is a chili garlic sauce, and sake, and then throw a lid on it and let it steam. And then once that's about completely evaporated, then we'll take the top off and then do a final stir up. And really it's just a little bit of salt and pepper. And that's
These are some of the vegetables I was talking about the other day.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Okay, so I just turn the heat down on that. We can just kind of let that go. So now, I wonder if I can make this happen. It would be super helpful.
What are you doing?
I'm creating a poll for the potatoes because and we talked about this a little bit earlier. The question is that I'm going to leave up to chat is, do we want to just have regular shredded cheese to put on them, or should I make up a small batch of the liquid sex cheese sauce to drizzle over the top of the potatoes? I'm perfectly content to eat either one. I will leave this up to the chat to see what you guys think. And let's see.
I gotta log in so I can vote.
Okay. Let's do... I'm going to leave the poll up for 10 minutes, I think. Just so then that way there's plenty of time. And, there we go. Content does not meet guidelines. I don't know what that
Because
means.
sex. I bet you because you have the word sex in there.
Ah. Let's try...
Because we don't need people Googling that. Your cheese sauce isn't the first thing that's going to come up.
Okay. Let's see if that does it. Okay.
It worked.
Poll is going.
Oh.
Yeah, the push-up measuring cups are pretty dang helpful.
Can we vote twice?
No, I did not make it possible to stack the vote with channel points or bits.
Ooh, that would have been helpful. I got quite a few.
So. Okay. Well, that's going. In the meantime, we can get everything else prepped. Because in addition to the cheese or the cheese sauce, we're going to want some green onions to go on top.
Yep, and bacon bits.
And bacon bits, which Mrs. Hueso is going to make all by herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Night Songs is, I'm looking on Amazon, is yours 1 cup or 2? Are you talking about
I have both Night Songs. I have a 1 cup and a 2 cup.
And the one you just used was the 2 cup?
Yeah, the one I just used is the 2 cup. If you're only getting one, the 2 cup is going to be way more helpful. But, I mean, it's really dependent upon what your needs are.
And how much space you have.
That is also true. Oh, hi, puppy.
She did very well at her doctor's appointment. She's healthy, huh? Yes, right, girl.
She is healthy.
I got a lecture on feeding dogs raw food and the issues of salmonella. I'm like, you do know dogs don't have those issues.
It is pretty.
And I said something in so many words. Well, it might be, you could get it too. Like, well, I look like hubby's culinary trained, and we use human grade meat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as much as an issue.
In the 7 years we've been feeding raw, not once has there been an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like vets have this legal obligation
To cater to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it goes.
The dogs do sometimes get salmon.
Yeah.
Feed me more salmon, fella.
Yeah, no, they do sometimes get salmon.
I'm gonna go see if I can find some more stuff to buy at Whole Foods.
To be honest, you could probably just make up the rest of it in bacon.
Well, I can't find my favorite bacon.
Oh, the Black Forest bacon?
Yeah, otherwise I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Try searching, I think it's Welshire Farms. Nope. Might not be currently available. Alright, green onions ready to go. Okay. Next up, let's do the garlic. And we'll bust out the sambal and the sake, and that'll be good to go. Let's I like a fair amount of garlic in this. That'll work. Hey, the person's here. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you again. It's been a little while. Hey, and your kitten me's here. Good morning, you're kidding me. Usually just smash and chop up the garlic and throw it in. Not super concerned about it. Because once it's been in the sake and it has a chance to steam with the carrots and everything else, it takes out a fair amount of the bite. But it gets really delicious. Hey Darl, how's you? We are doing pretty good. You're kidding me. Here's one for $10. That's a 2-cup. Oh, okay. Is it made by, I think OXO was one of the big brands that was making them. I don't know who else is. I haven't looked in I don't know how many years. So we've started watching the latest episodes of Stranger Things last night. No spoilers. Doing good, just on a 15 at work. Yow. Feels good not to be coming in at the very end. Oof. Says Mrs. Anderson, I think OXO is 15. Yeah, OXO generally is going to be a little bit more expensive just because they've got that name recognition. But the one thing OXO does have going for it most of the time is the ergonomics. And I don't know if you heard that, but apparently they were originally designed for people with arthritis, so kind of makes sense.
That's why they're a little more expensive.
Gotcha. Been full on over here. Turns out Bubs has hand, foot, and mouth disease, so we are in isolation for a week. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry to hear that, you're kidding me. That's no fun. Do you have any idea how it happened?
It's
Very common and contagious. I don't know enough about it to really say, because I mean that was one of the things that came up when you took Vera to the vet, was they were talking about heartworm, which up here, at least in the greater Portland area, heartworm disease was never a thing, but apparently it's becoming more common.
Yeah, but it's still rare.
Yeah.
We're talking in the greater Portland area, of the 2 million people who live here, you only have 700 cases a year, so it's still rare. But
well, and what I didn't understand
just
was,
so we're clear, the dogs are not more important than your children. You're kidding me.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. But I was just thinking that because what I didn't know was how it was spread. That was the big question that I had, was how is that heartworm disease spread? Apparently it's spread by way of mosquitoes, which I didn't quite understand. But it makes total sense that that's communicated that way, thus the reason to make sure you don't have any stagnant puddles or anything that's holding water that could potentially go stagnant, especially when it starts to heat up come the summertime and everything. OXO butter dish. I didn't know they made those. We have a lot of dogs with Lyme here. We're so sick from it. Oh snap! Lyme disease, which means that they probably got them from ticks. But thankfully, I mean, there are ways to minimize mosquitoes in the area, but at the same time, you can't necessarily totally get rid of them. Let's see. looking at the poll. Oh, it looks like right now the leader is the liquid cheese sauce. And liquid cheese sauce won.
What?
Okay.
I voted shredded cheese.
Oh, you were the one that voted for the shredded
I'm the one
cheese?
who voted shredded cheese. And I'm going to put shredded cheese on mine.
Oh, dear ticks. Okay. All goods. I'm a dog mom too. I treat him just like one of my babies. Yeah. So we totally understand. All right.
Yeah. That's tough.
Okay. So, I guess we're making the liquid sex cheese sauce. Oh, darn.
What if?
What if what?
Well, it's possible to make it with other cheeses.
Yes.
Like maybe a Parmesan liquid cheese sauce.
We can make it with Parm, but I wouldn't want to make it with straight Parm just because,
It costs too much money.
well, there's that too, but also because it's a really strong flavor.
Mm.
And in that kind of quantity, it's too strong in my opinion. But what we'll do is we'll stir in the sliced up green onions as well as the, like the bacon bits. Or, no, we'll spread the bacon bits on top, but I think we'll stir in the green onions into the cheese sauce.
Liquid gold for the win.
Yes, liquid gold for the win. We did, however, get a brand new brick of
Nice.
medium cheddar. It was on sale. It was just Gergold medium cheddar. It's a 2-pound brick, and it was on sale. So I'm like, hey, let's grab that. 26 minutes on the Instant Pot.
$10 more. I got $10 more. I want to find $10.
So I've just got a handful of carrots here that I'm peeling, and then we'll slice on the bias, and then those will be ready to do their thing. Let's see, how much time is on potatoes till we need to switch them up? 9 minutes. So in 9 minutes, we'll pull them out. We'll slather them up with either butter or bacon fat, I guess. And then, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we started watching Stranger Things Season 4.
The final season.
The final season. No spoilers, but it is very bingeable.
I have to say it's a little more. It's darker than the initially.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody's almost adults now.
Well, I mean, the kids are technically freshmen in high school.
True. So they're not adults,
But Nance is a senior, and or did they graduate? I don't recall.
No, I think she's a senior.
I love cheese, but how come I find some have a salty flavor? Parm tastes salty to me. Well, that's okay. So Parm being salty is actually, you're not wrong about that. Parmesan is made with skim milk, and then it's also washed down with a brine solution during the aging process. So basically, it's literally wiped down with salt water, and that's to kind of help season it, but also inhibit mold growth on the outside.
Okay, so if that's the case, can you like peel off the top layer and that would remove some of the saltiness?
Kinda not really though, because what happens during the aging process is the little crunchy crystals that form, they're like lysine, that have a percepted saltiness to them. And so, and Parmesan is one of those cheeses that's actually found to be pretty high in naturally occurring MSG. So it is going to be perceptibly saltier, but it's also not meant to be eaten as like big chunks. It's meant as really kind of an accent for things.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What a
But-
surprise.
But you get that same sort of like stronger, salty kind of thing with things like aged Gouda. That one happens quite a bit. But there's other aged cheeses that kind of do the same thing. When you get into like the really aged cheddars, they develop kind of those same crunchy crystals. Hey, Lumpy Pickle's here.
Lumpy Pickle.
Welcome, buddy. You missed the poll. Our taters are gonna have the liquid sex cheese sauce on them.
The poll being liquid sex or shredded. So, Lumpy, what would you choose? Liquid sex, liquid cheese, or shredded cheese? For the potatoes?
But we were just talking about cheese and stuff like that. Cloth-bound cheeses, for instance, are ones that generally tend to be aged a little bit longer, and so they will also develop those strong, crystalline liquid cheese or shredded cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta choose between the two, Lumpy. Choose wisely. Just kidding.
There's no wrong. Yeah, see? Liquid sex. That is the winner.
The woman, well, there's other women here, but I chose shredded. But, you know, maybe it'll be amazing.
I think it's gonna be great with it.
Okay.
It will be.
Okay.
Following you.
I'm gonna eat it, because you're making it.
That's right.
And I'm gonna put shredded on one.
Alright, fine.
Great.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just prepping the carrots for when we're ready.
Shredded is a fondant. These are rather fun to look.
But I'm pumped. Shredded is fun. I like that. I like mac and cheese with ribs, so I opted for liquid. You know, mac and cheese was actually something I thought, hey, maybe we could do that. But we've already got the potatoes in the oven. I mean, I suppose...
No, potatoes are already in the oven.
Like, I do... I'm looking at a half package of elbow macaroni here. I mean, we could, in theory, do both.
We could. I mean, then we'd have potatoes we could have
Bacon,
potatoes
chipotle, smoked
tomorrow.
mac. That's true. Yeah, that's possible. So we could have the liquid cheese with both some mac and cheese as well as on the potatoes.
Well, what does the gang want? Do they want mac and cheese?
I don't know. What do y'all think? Should we?
Are you okay, Lumpy?
What happened? Sorry, Miss Flo, I was cutting
off our trees and having them fall on my head.
And then tripping over stuff in your room and cutting my foot. Oh, jeez. Dude,
You need a... Scott, good for Lumpy, you need a branch manager.
But I'm pumped. That's what the dogs are for. Branch manager and assistant branch manager.
I think I can get some green. What's another soft cheese? Or a cracker?
Camembert.
Do you like camembert?
Yes. It's like brie, just less regulated.
Le Bon Vie. Is that a brand you like?
Most of the ones that you're probably going to find in there are, like, okay. To be honest,
Yeah.
like, if you're wanting to get some brie, then we should probably go over to,
No, I'm just trying to fill my cart so you take advantage of the
Okay.
$5 Pyrex dish.
fair enough,
Because it's $25, $30 on Amazon, or $5
at Whole Foods, provided that you spend...
on Amazon Fresh. I spent the morning pretty much doing nothing, Lumpy. He said it's, thank you, Mrs. Way, sometimes it doesn't pay to get out of bed. I spent the morning doing nothing because I was working late last night. And then I did a buttload of laundry and then worked this afternoon. So I'm done working till Monday. This past weekend, what's FOAD mean?
Oh, F off and die.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to say that in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, with the audit?
Because the auditors are coming. The auditors are coming.
is it? So, in the interest of kind of full disclosure at the moment, if you're wondering why I was kind of slicing a little bit slower, I've got a vascular migraine that just started coming on, and so part of my vision is starting to kind of blur out a little bit. And so my vision's still good, and the chopping is all done. Well, we still have to do the bacon bits, so you're free to. In case if you've never heard what a vascular migraine is, so most people know migraine headaches being, you want to blow your brains out because your head is insanely much in pain. Vascular migraine, at least for me, I don't get a headache, but what happens is the best way I can describe it is there's kind of a snake sort of shape that starts forming, but the interior of it is like an oscillating diamond pattern. Well, for me, it's not so much a rainbow pattern, it's more of a diamond pattern, but it does sort of oscillate through some of the colors. Potato time. Yeah, we could use cucumber. These are looking awesome. So I'm not in any pain or anything like that. It's just kind of an annoyance, not being able to totally see. But it's one of those things that it'll pass. But yeah, no, it's not like it's not a migraine like that where I need to take like an oxy or something like that to make it go away. It's purely a visual thing for me. I'm not in any pain whatsoever, so that part is fine, but the whole vision thing is really kind of annoying. And I've actually gotten these since I was a kid. Alright, so the potatoes are out. We need to smash them down a little bit. And I'm just using the bottom of a pint glass because it's got a flat kind of surface to them. We can brush on butter or bacon. You have a preference, baby? Bacon fat it is. So this is just a bowl of saved bacon fat from when we made bacon recently. These are going to smell really, really good. Alright. And then I'm going to hit it with a bit of the bug butter. Alright. Then back into the oven for another 30 minutes. Move this over to this one. Since that burner is going to end up being used for the carrots. Barbecue sauce is pretty good, very nicely. that. Which we use potatoes. And okay, so I suppose we should probably, and the camera is totally out of focus, but oh well. Behind the left eye. For me, it happens in both eyes. Like, it's not, so it's clearly like in the brain, because no matter if I close one eye or the other, it's in the exact same spot. Yeah, we're gonna be extra careful today. People speak and think you're having a strike or stroke. Don't know. Maybe. Last one I had was trying to text someone and couldn't do it. My brother gets bad migraines. He can't speak right. What a pair we make. He can't speak and I can't write. To be honest, like, even reading the text is a little bit difficult for me. Yeah, together you make the Jersey Shore. So, yeah, right now it's kind of in a big C pattern. I mean, I can still see around it, but it is like I have to look out of the periphery in order to see anything. 11 minutes on the Instant Pot, and then it starts to cool down. And once we hit normal pressure, oh, I should probably get a tray ready so we can put it under the broiler. That would be helpful. And then we're going to have to make the cheese sauce. And that is the end of that foil, which is not going to be enough. So, let's grab another. I don't need it tomorrow, but I mean, if you're, are you ordering fresh food of some kind?
Oh yeah, I was gonna order a few things, but no, I can wait. It can wait. Okay, I'm gonna be your reader. I've been taking 400 milligrams of magnesium at night, and it's helping with migraines. I get them when the air pressure changes.
Ah.
Magnesium's a natural muscle relaxant, if I remember correctly.
I should probably start taking that again.
Yes, yes, you should. You do drink a lot of water.
I do.
Thank you, Night Songs. Thankfully, he's not in pain. I had my first one a few weeks ago. And it's not painful. It's just awkward. You can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm not in any pain whatsoever. It's just
Really? Epsom salts is right. That's what's in Epsom salts.
what is.
Magnesium.
Oh, okay. We need cheese
Make
shredded.
the sauce, make it, and boss, eat up all the cheese, stack it to my knees. Hey, radio hiatus.
Hatties.
Sorry.
Cheese.
Cheese, I need to wash my hands because they've been all over stuff.
You know what? We should probably measure how much heavy cream we have, because that's going to determine. Because we're going to have to do math.
Okay, let me wash hands.
All right.
Gotta wash them so we don't get our food contaminated. Because I know what I'm talking about, Doctor.
Sure you do. Oh, about that stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
yes you do. Okay, so Whalesboro barbecue sauce recipe is going bye-bye because we need this to do math now.
Math, go math. Totally lost out on cheese mixture.
Yeah.
What am I doing with the cheese?
Shredding it
Shredding it.
so we can make the cheese sauce. Chat voted. They said they wanted the liquid cheese, and so we're making liquid
Well,
cheese.
when you label it as sex, who's gonna turn sex down?
That's true. Nuns? Okay, so let's see. Sodium citrate. Heavy cream. Can't totally tell if I wrote that very legibly.
Sure. What should the people be looking at? Watching me shred cheese?
Sure, that works.
What's this?
Yeah, that one. The food prawn. That's that camera. So, for Maria, just for your information, I currently have a I'm having a vascular migraine, which my head doesn't hurt. It's impairing my vision a bit.
You
which
just
is
wanted
why
me to cook, and that's now you're using it as an excuse. Just kidding.
What?
Just kidding. I was kidding.
I'm like, when was the last time I had one? To be honest, I don't remember the last time I had a vascular migraine. It's been
I don't
a while.
either. That's why I find it. Just kidding.
Convenient.
Yeah. How much cheese do I need to do?
Okay, well, let's see. So we have 242 grams of heavy cream.
Taste good. I'm pretty good with the cheese grater. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's not right. Because it's 100% cheese. So let's see. Cheese is equal to...
Thank you, Scott. I'm great at it.
0.93 heavy cream. So cheese divided by 0.93 is going to be the heavy cream. And that is 242.
I'm weighing the cheese. Here, I can bring the thingy over here.
I was going to say I need a calculator.
Calculator.
Let's see. There we go.
176 grams. Let's make it 75. Oh,
Oh no, should be. I messed up.
177.
This equation is incorrect. Took me a second to realize it.
I am very accident prone, Lumpy Pickle. He says not that you're accident prone or anything. That's just my job, apparently.
So cheese is equal to heavy cream
He's
divided by
concentrating.
0.93. And since the heavy cream is 242 over 0.93, that's right, we're doing advanced math in here.
It's just multiplication.
It's division.
The opposite.
So 242 divided by 0.93. So we need 260-ish grams.
Cheese?
Cheese.
We're at 177.
Since we have that number, we can multiply that by...
I love how the second we get the cheese out, the dogs come running.
about 18.
They totally smell it and they're like, we love the cheese, give me some.
Okay, math has been figured.
Is it correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Not that I doubt you, but
You doubt me.
no. That's just you're having a migraine.
A vascular migraine.
218. 232. What am I supposed to be going to?
260.
247. 262. Too much.
No, it's okay. We can have a little extra.
No, I'm making it exact.
I'm just saying, it's okay if it's a little bit heavy on the cheese side. It just means it's a little bit thicker.
260. Boom.
Good job. And you got a little bit of extra shredded cheese for the potato that you wanted.
Yep.
Okay. So here's this, and here's a poon. And then we need 18 grams of the sodium citrate.
Sodium citrate, where are you? Come to me.
On the counter.
Oh, it's in front of my face. Sorry. Normally it's up here somewhere. He pulls it out of thin air.
Math is hard.
What number again?
We're at 18. 18 grams. This is what I take. See that one there? She's great at it, but I'm bummed. So I'm gonna be starting to do food video reactions. I know I've mentioned it previously, but I'm gonna start.
18 grams, check.
Good job. So that's all ready to
where
go.
I put it.
Perfect. Yeah, and you put it in the right place.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna start doing food video reactions. Radio Otis Maria sent me a video, and the recipe itself isn't bad, but there were some things that I was just like, no. And I told her as much, and I'm like, I really need to do some reaction videos, and this one deserves to be reacted to. So I'm gonna start doing them. I'm not sure if I'm going to just straight up record them and upload them to YouTube, or if I'm going to stream them on Twitch and then kind of post them later on. If I do, it'll be like, yeah, we were both laughing at it. I'll set it up for you. It is an English language video of a woman making Spanakopita, which we had talked about in the last stream. That is a kind of a phyllo dough wrapped spinach kind of pie that has like feta cheese in it. It's got spinach and some other things. And a very lovely woman in a very nice kitchen is making the phyllo dough from scratch, which I'm like, hey, this is fantastic. The phyllo dough is obviously going to turn out a little bit thicker than what you're used to getting in the market, which is super thin, but that's okay. Like I'm down for making it from scratch. That's not a scary thing for me. There was a red flag when she started to work the dough and her wedding ring was still on, and it was like a big old fat rock. Yeah, she has a cooking channel on YouTube. And in fact, we'll probably watch the video and I'll talk through everything then. Instant Pot has reached the end of the time, so now we're going to let it natural release. She's wearing her wedding ring while she starts to work the dough, which is a huge no-no. If you're working dough and food with your bare hands, you do not wear rings or any kind of jewelry on your hands. So that was like a big sort of red flag, like, oh.
That's how things get contaminated.
That's how things get contaminated and dirty and just, yeah, it's no bueno. The second red flag that popped up was when she went to start to make the filling. She has this big, beautiful pile of fresh spinach. And she's like, yeah, we don't need to cook it. We'll just, add it in. And so she has her KitchenAid mixer out and it's mixing up the stuff. And she's adding the raw spinach to it. Yeah, that's red flag number 2. If you're ever going to be baking spinach, you do not use the raw stuff because raw spinach happens to have a lot of liquid in it. And it's going to leach out. It's not going to be bueno. Sure enough, after she baked, she's like, yeah, I had to bake it a little bit longer because the spinach let out some liquid and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I told you.
You didn't listen.
You didn't listen. Why didn't you listen? And there was a third thing that popped up. I don't remember what it was.
We gotta leave it for the stream.
Yeah, we'll leave it for the stream.
You can't do all your secrets.
Yeah, I can't do all that. So, I'll do a healthy mix of people doing cooking videos, but also some of my favorite things are kind of the ASMR cooking videos where it's
Korean street.
Yeah, Korean street vendors, Chinese street vendors, but also different restaurants where they just follow them and there's no red flag 3. She claims she's cooking traditional Spanakopita, but she used the mixer. Yeah. Which you just mix it by your hands. Oh, she was using ricotta cheese, which didn't send up a huge red flag to me. But yeah, Maria was just like, yeah, that's a hard pass. That's a hard pass. It's not very traditional. But I figured maybe mascarpone cheese might have been a decent addition to it just because of the prolific use of bechamel sauce. So mascarpone I thought actually would have been pretty decent mixed in with cooked spinach and stuff like that.
Should I do bacon now or wait?
Yeah, I would say absolutely do the bacon now. So then that way it has a chance to kind of hang out.
And what's the best way to cut it?
With a knife. I would use the bigger pan. There you go. That's one of the things that I say with some frequency is you grab the pan you think you're gonna need and just go to the next size up. That if you do that, you'll be safe. So yeah, Wolfie no likey. But to be honest, like I like the idea of trying to make a Spanakopita like that with the hand rolled phyllo dough. You got the bacon, you got the cutting board.
Yeah, just move that black to the cutting board.
You can cut here.
And then I'll use the mat.
Okay, yeah, use the mat.
Slip mat.
Do you want your training knife?
Yes. My knife is superior. This is double. Wait. I'm gonna learn how to do this. Boom!
Okay, I got a knife and I'm coming up behind you on your right. Here we go.
Thanks. Double smoke.
I gotta be really careful because if she moves suddenly, it could have ended very
What?
badly.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. How many slices of bacon should I do? 4 came out.
I'll do 4.
I can always use them for something else.
That's right.
And we're just doing long little,
Yeah, just long little strips is fine.
Here we go. I'm chopping bacon. I'm not a ricotta fan of cheese either, Lumpy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of ricotta either. It's just too grainy for my taste.
Did you bring me my pan?
Yes.
Thanks.
There you go.
Will it break up as it cooks?
Yes, it'll break up.
'Cause-
Red flag 5. She said that her mother is cooking it the same way. Considering that her parents run a restaurant, as she said in the video, I feel sorry for the people who eat there. Yeah, I would be a little concerned too if that's how they're making it. But then again, if they're in the US and they're serving just normal white people who don't know any better, they're probably able to get away with it pretty easily.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, that would be my guess is unsuspecting white people, oh, we're eating great food today, woo! So I've met those white people. Those white people scare me. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I've done this
My
before.
vascular migraine is starting to pass.
So weird.
Yeah, I think they're in the U.S. too, Maria. That would be my best guess based off of
We cook
just kind of everything in the
together
video.
and we eat together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm taking my knife. Watch out. Watch out! Watch out!
This is gonna gut me. That's how Greeks have famous restaurants in the U.S. There's a kind of a famous chain in California called the Mad Greek. I would say it's really more infamous than anything. It's not necessarily like the greatest of places. It's just there's like one in the middle of there's one in Baker, which is really close to the Nevada border. So if you're driving in between LA and Vegas, it's a pretty common stop. But yep, that's what we got going on. Later we have gas together. You're not wrong.
What?
What?
Just kidding.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
You're not wrong, Scott Connor. You're not wrong. It's just, it's a natural process. Everybody has gas.
No.
It's okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Just kidding. Of course it is.
It's just
Oh,
fine.
we can do. What's the pan cooking?
Cook.
Cook. Boop. There's
There you go.
bacon.
On a super low heat.
I have it on too low heat apparently. I don't want it to overcook.
I just think it's because you're afraid of fire. That's my theory. I could be wrong.
You could.
I could be. I'm probably not. Alright.
I turned it up.
Good. So I'm just prepping the bowl with bacon fat in it, so then that way
You should prep it on screen.
I've got just a wire sieve here ready to go. So when
The bacon bits will go in it.
bacon is ready, she'll just dump them straight through there. The bacon fat will go into the bowl. The bacon will be separated from the fat, and happy days.
Wolfie Metal Beast says, I worked at a Greek place for a while, loved it, went under because too much family drama.
Oh,
Shame.
yeah.
It's a shame when the good places go under.
Especially when it has to do with family drama.
Hey, Accidental Chaos is here! Woo!
Hey!
The world makes sense again!
It's only slightly chaotic.
Yeah. But it was accidental, so who cares?
8 minutes. So far, so good. Slightly accidentally. Just a little bit. Oh, you're playing Pokemon. Right on.
Fun.
Yeah. We're waiting for the internal crusher, the Instant Pot here, to drop down a bit. I'm a huge fan of the natural release.
Why?
Just because every time I go to, I'll show you. Like, every time if I go to, like, do a manual release, this thing just spits out liquid, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want that. So, I just let it kind of go down naturally, personally. That's just my preferred thing. There's only family drama if you're Greek. Maria's like, I don't believe it. I bet you know what? I'd be willing to bet that the biggest drama in that family was whether or not to put dill in the tzatziki.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna be the drama. I want dill. No, no dill.
No, no.
Has a cover over the valve so it doesn't go everywhere. Dude, that's cool, Scott. Mine does not. I got the big one. It doesn't have that kind of thing. But every time I go to dismantle the lid, like the little parts that you take off and wash, I usually soak them in hot soapy water just to get them all cleaned and everything. And raisins in the stuffed vegetables, yeah. There you go. So the barbecue sauce is simmering away slowly and very nicely. It's thickening up. It smells excellent. The potatoes are nearly done.
Did you see my saute skills?
Yes, I did. Good job. And then as soon as the bacon is ready, we will probably put together the cheese sauce. Because once this is cooled down enough and the potatoes come out of the oven, we'll crank the oven to broil. So then that way we can finish off the country style ribs under the broiler, hit them with a bit of the barbecue sauce, and then it'll be feeding time.
Feeding time, baby, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feed my
Frankenstein. Uh-oh, DMCA hit. Here we come.
Uh-oh.
Now, Alice Cooper seems like he's cool enough to where he wouldn't do that kind of thing.
Well, and it's not like I was singing perfectly on key.
That's true.
I wonder if you'll get dinged. You have to let me know.
I doubt it. The algorithm only finds like actual recorded versions of stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't find like vocal. Raisins and stuffed vegetables would be the leading cause of violence in your house.
Amen.
I understand like not wanting them in there, but having had raisins in a minced meat mixture in an empanada, like I was super skeptical, but it was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, it really was. Like you get these little pops of sweetness with all the savory like meat and everything else going on in there. It was. I'm just saying, I liked it, but I totally respect it if you're like, yeah, I'm not down with that.
No. We know not to put raisins in potato salad.
No. No. No raisins in the potato salad. If we've learned nothing from Black Panther on Black Jeopardy is, oh hell no, Karen. Keep your bland ass potato salad to yourself. That's a very funny skit. Sweep with a fork tongue, raisins are evil. Raisins aren't evil.
Maybe you're eating the wrong raisins.
Maybe you're eating the wrong raisins, man. I mean...
Because sauteed, you know, DK makes this, like a rum raisin sauteed apple, and he takes these raisins and, soaks them in rum. Not for a long time, because then they're too much.
Then it's really rummy.
But then he sautés them up with apples. Woo!
Super good.
Excellent.
Raisins. Nature's candy. How's that bacon coming?
Coming. Still got a little ways to go. Not as good as you, but...
That's okay. See, cinnamon raisin bread is very yummy. Don't even want raisins and raisins.
Do you like grapes?
I like grapes.
I like grapes too.
Yeah. Normally I make the cheese sauce and the saucier, so I'm going to have to do it in a different pot. That's alright. Not that big of a deal. I will be using the mini wok for the carrots, though. Greek potato salad. Onion, green bell pepper, olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, caper, salt and pepper. And some mayo if you like it. Yes, I do like it.
I love capers and potatoes. That's a great
Yeah,
combo.
capers and potatoes is a really excellent combo. Deep fried capers in a potato salad are awesome. Because they're a little briny, but they're also a little crunchy. That's everything but potatoes. And some potatoes? Yes. Yes, potatoes. Thus the potato salad.
Potatoes.
Potato.
Okay, I know this can turn fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Like just a couple more minutes. Because carry over cooking.
Yeah, you still got a little ways to go, just because some of them are still looking
Raw.
a little raw.
That's what I said, a couple more minutes.
But then they'll turn relatively quickly, and then yeah, just dump the whole thing into the colander.
It smells like bacon. I don't know, can you do the bacon frying?
See, I would think red potatoes in that salad would be excellent, since they'll hold their shape way better. A waxy potato. That would be a fun potato salad to try, just because I've not had one quite like it. Can't hear it, but your hearing sucks. My guess is it also could be because of the filter that I have on the microphone. There's a built into the broadcasting software there's a plugin for it. It's actually from Reaper, of all things, that you can actually build a noise canceling filter for ambient noise within the space. It's really nice.
I'm thinking we're good.
Let's see.
What do you think? Because
Yeah, I think that's great.
it'll still keep cooking. I've learned the hard way.
There you go. Turn off the fire now.
Turn off the fire.
Excellent. Okay, so bacon is ready to go. This is still coming down. Bacon.
Yeah, we'll let it drain.
I need a noise filter so you can tune to individual humans. Yeah. That would be kind of nice. Oh, your neighbor's dog. Oh! I think that's the potato timer.
Potatoes!
Potato. Alright, so that means the potatoes are ready.
You want to bring them over here?
Yeah. So, would you set up a couple of trivets?
Yeah, but thank you.
Alright, hot pan behind you.
Oh, you can't really see him because of the thingy. The big thingy.
You got your thingy.
There, now you can see him.
Alright. The other hot pan coming. No, that was bad.
Bad.
There we go.
Yeah.
Those are really hot. Don't touch.
No touchy. But we smash them down during, and it makes the potato really creamy.
And crispy.
Yeah, and then the skin's crispy. Crispy.
Alright. Bacon there. Onions
That'd
here.
be awesome if we could tune out with certain people.
No joke. I'm thinking probably make the cheese sauce.
Sure. Here, let's switch it and see what kind of mess it makes. Woo! He's going to use the bacon pan.
Well, I'm thinking carrots really need to be done first. But we haven't even gotten the pork out into the broiler. So, okay.
We use capers so much I serve with almost everything. I like stuffed vegetables served with a big slice of feta cheese and 1 to 2 tablespoons of capers.
Okay.
Woo! I'm gonna go check something. Bye!
See ya!
As it explodes.
No, I'm releasing it pretty slowly. So, okay. There we go. Alright. There we go. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh, it's definitely tender. In fact, part of me is thinking should have done it for less time. Like, this is almost like too soft. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like maybe 40 minutes, 45, since that was the kind of the consensus on the recommended time. But it's falling apart. It's that tender, which isn't a bad thing. But I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more solid, if that makes sense. To where it was tender enough that I could still cut it with a fork, but it still held together. So this is my first time doing it though, so you know what? I'm not super disappointed. Yeah, it's still gonna taste good. So, okay. Let's get this inner pot out. And this I can move. Get this out of here. Okay. So there's our pork. Now I need to get some of the juices from the inside of this, and we're going to get these into the barbecue sauce. cook that down a little bit. That should be. Alright. So I'm going to let that come up to a boil. Start to reduce a bit before we finish off these country style ribs. In the meantime, let's get this stuff moved over. And we'll start making the carrots. We'll get those going. 'Cause that won't take very long. Alright. My favorite method for making carrots. So like I talked about at the very beginning, what I like to do is I like to saute them up in a little bit of butter initially. In this case, I'm using maybe a tablespoon. Then we'll add the carrots to it. We're going to saute them until they're about halfway done before adding the garlic, the sambal, and the sake mix. And we're going to put a lid on it, which that will work. But thankfully these come together pretty quickly, which is why I wait till the end to do them. Basting brush is good. Alright, carrots go in. A little bit of salt. Black pepper. I just have this over high heat right now. Blustery. Apparently there's a lot of wind at the moment. That's coming along really nicely. Hey, can I enlist your help? Okay, cool.
Of course.
So here's what I want you to do.
Yes.
Put on the oven mitts.
They're not here.
Oh, they're over there.
Okay, check.
And then come back over here, because you're going to take the barbecue sauce and you're going to glaze the pork that's on the tray, and then flip the pork and glaze the other side too.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep, I got it.
You want to trim it?
Sure.
Because I was on high heat. There you go. Ideally, I want a little bit of color on the carrots. so it doesn't shred, but it would shred very easily. Usually I'm sauteing things in the Instant Pot too. Okay. I see that.
I prefer it so it's not as shreddable. That's just, I don't know, I like my meat with a little bit of meat to it.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying though, is that I should do, next time I do this, I should do them for less time.
Right.
So it's not quite so shreddable, that it's a little bit closer to slicing.
But I think
for a first go, I think this will turn out pretty well.
So I coated the top, now I'm flipping pieces over. Oh wow, it's just falling apart.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to think that was way too long.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think next time I'll cut it back to like 30 minutes. See, what's funny is one recipe that I saw said to just do it for 15, which I thought, wait, that is such a crazy short amount of time that it can't possibly be enough. But then when I'm looking at a whole bunch of other recipes, all of them are saying about 45 minutes. So
well, that's, like anything, trial and error.
Yep.
And what cooks for 10 minutes at our house may take 12 at yours, just because of elevation or.
Well, the Instant Pot, if it's in an Instant Pot, it shouldn't make a difference.
Okay. I was thinking more generally, but sure. Okay.
That's good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Alright? You're going to be in charge of doing them under the broiler.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
So our methodology for this is you're going to put them under the broiler for, I would say, maybe a minute. And then check them. And if they've started to kind of blacken along the edges, then pull them out, flip them, and then put them in for another minute.
Okay, open the oven.
Alright. Top rack is ready to go.
Last time we used top rack, we got fire.
That's why we're only doing it for a minute. Alright, this is
no pressure.
This is ready for.
I think so too, Wolfie Beast.
What did Wolfie say?
It's a gif of nuclear bomb going off.
Ah.
30 seconds. This is not gonna flip very fast.
Okay. You want bigger tongs?
Well, it's the same size. It's just longer.
Okay.
Thinking like a pancake spatula or no?
No, I would use the tongs.
Okay. 16 seconds. What?
No, I was just gonna say we can move these off the stove, but they're gonna be hot because they've been sitting back there the whole time.
Okay.
How are we looking?
No blackness.
Okay, put them back in for like another 30 seconds.
30.
Just as an FYI.
I should have done 25.
No, you should have just gone 30.
The other timer's cooler.
Take the casserole and the lid off the stovetop, so then that way there's room for you above the.
In the sink. Are you done with this pan?
I'm going to be using it for the cheese sauce.
Okay.
There you go. Food's more important than the timer.
I don't know. Oh, starting to see some blackness.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to flip it.
Yep, you're going to flip them.
And then I'm thinking 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because there's not enough blackness.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I would agree. I would concur with her assessment that they need a little bit more time underneath the broiler. It'll be fine.
Color equals flavor.
Big old plume of steam. Not sure how that looked. But it's starting to reduce nicely, and then once it's fully reduced, then we'll finish it off with the saute, and then they'll be good to go, and we can make the cheese sauce.
Oven open.
If the color is plaid, I would be really, really concerned.
Start. There, I used the good timers. Woo! That's like it's hot.
That's almost done, and these will start to brown up kind of nicely.
They've gone to plaid. Did you guys start watching Stranger Things, or what are you watching? Maybe we should watch what you're watching, because it's cooler. What?
Sounded like something shifted.
Yeah.
I will say, this is going to be a topic of conversation when we're like eating and stuff. This is a no spoiler for Stranger Things, but it is a topic of conversation that came up because of it. And the question is, it's about music, and music that reaches you personally.
Oh, yeah.
And so this became a topic of conversation. The first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan.
I forgot that came out.
We'll probably end up watching those pretty soon, but it'll be after we finish Stranger Things.
Yeah, so what song, like, gets to your soul? I'm a toss-up between Awakening and Abyss.
Legacy, I would say.
Legacy, too. Those are my... Those songs get my soul. And it doesn't have to be UTA, just so we're clear, but that's my first... Those are my first choice.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Where's the timer? Where's the stuff? Watch out!
You got very distracted.
Shiny! It was shiny! And it's on fire! Just kidding.
No, it's not.
Nope. It looks good.
It does. It looks really good.
Stop.
Okay.
Hammer time.
So I would say go ahead and take the sauce off of the trivet.
Okay.
Put the pork on the trivet. Put that over there. We really need more trivets.
More trivets!
There's another one because we'll bring the carrot. Oh, carrots are hot. I'm bringing these over, and then I'll make the cheese sauce, and then we'll get this party started.
I need you to move.
Yep.
Hot dish coming through.
Okay.
And let's switch it to this button. Ta-da!
Nice. So now we can turn the broiler off.
We are playing trivia. Trivet Pursuit.
Yes. Okay.
So, Karigami says the wind that shapes the land and soulbound when it comes to UTA. Non-UTA would be...
Oh, Carrie Gemini?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Carrie Gemini.
Non-UTA, Queen's Right, Silent
Lucidity. Okay. So, and yeah, we'll talk about this a little more. I don't want to talk about the context of what brings the conversation up, just because I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil Stranger Things for anybody.
Yeah, we're not those people, but
yeah, we don't. We're not those types of people. But there is. It does come up. The subject of music and specifically kind of what reaches your soul, and so we'll talk about that a little bit once we get the cheese sauce made.
Scott Connor says, I saw QR on the Empire tour.
You are on the Empire tour?
Queen's Reich on the Empire
tour? Oh.
He does.
Sorry, it just took me a second.
Do you listen to much Queensryche?
Not a ton, but I will say, like, I honestly, like, I've not really listened to a bunch of Queensryche. But after, like, Grant did this deep dive into Operation Mindcrime, like, I can see why they're as big of a thing, because Operation Mindcrime is an amazing album.
Oh, Suicidal Tendencies opened.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now that would have been a fun show to see, because I love Suicidal Tendencies. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to have seen Suicidal Tendencies, like, back when they were playing with, like, Jodie Foster's Army, aka JFA, a bunch of the skate punk bands.
Bad Decay, you sit in the corner and listen to all the Queensryche.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Heavy Cream is going. Would you put it on the cook cam?
Yeah, is there any other cook cam? He's making more liquid cheese sex. Liquid sex. We did a poll earlier.
About what to put.
Yeah, what we're putting on the potatoes. Either liquid cheese or shredded cheese. Liquid cheese won. I and only I voted for shredded.
Okay. Turn this down.
Yeah, are there any other songs that like hit close to home that would, I don't know.
That you just have a deep emotional connection to.
Yeah. That's why I think Abyss. Like, that song is... The whole album's incredible, let's be honest. I don't know. The Trooper.
Okay. I can see that. From Iron Maiden.
Ooh. It's hard to pick just one or two. Like, huh.
Well, because after the events that take place that sparked this conversation, I immediately turned to Mrs. Wazo and was like, okay, so what songs would you play in order to, for me?
Carrie Jeremiah, Pearl Jam, Jeremy.
Okay.
Several Alice in Chains songs. The Soul Asylum, Runaway Train.
Oh, okay.
And Scott Connor, I do rather like We Die Young by IAC.
IAC?
Yeah, I don't know IAC. What band is IAC, Scott?
I'd be really surprised if he meant ICP. Insane Clown Posse.
Alice in Chains.
Oh, AIC.
Oh, I did say that wrong. Sorry. My mistake. I said it wrong. My bad.
Would you grab a couple of plates, Darwin?
Sure. Do you want... How plate? What do you think this?
Yeah, because we got potatoes. Okay. Cheese sauce is ready.
Now you're getting in trouble from Mothers Against Dyslexia.
Alright, time to dish up.
Do you know Mothers Against Dyslexia?
I do not. So, where are the tongs that you use for the pork?
Oh.
Because we're going to need them to dish up the pork.
I lost them.
Okay.
Here they are.
Alright, well, take them over there. You're a big girl. You can dish up your own
I
food.
got two hands. What?
You saved some shredded cheese for yourself, right?
Of course.
Okay, just checking. Oh, let me get a thing. And do that.
Oh, apparently they're not okay. Huh. Sorry. Like, no judgment if that's what you like. I've never heard of them. Not that I'm into music as much as he is.
Okay. Pork all up in here.
Up and hip. Up and hip.
Now I need a fork and a knife.
Sorry you're not joining us.
Okay. Because now I gotta finish off potatoes. Yeah, and these are super creamy. All sorts of yummy and delicious.
Bacon bits came out perfect.
Good.
I did a good job.
Good job. Alright, pardon me. Now we get to liquid sex up these potatoes.
You should sing, I
I'm
want
gonna sex you up!
I like a little bit of sour cream in my potatoes. So I got the sour cream out.
We got that, and I'm gonna hit the pork with a little bit more of the sauce.
Oh, I get it now. You're getting in trouble from damn Mothers Against Dyslexia.
There you go.
That's really funny. Sorry, I didn't read the whole thing.
And lastly, bacon bits across the cheesy potatoes.
I need to add cheese to my plate.
Okay. You'll pardon me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And here we have our completed instant pork, instant pot, country style ribs with the Walesboro barbecue sauce, carrots my favorite way, and the nice and roasty taters with the liquid sex cheese sauce with green onions mixed in and some bacon bits on top. And that is looking super yummy and delicious. I am excited to tuck into this. That is my plan.
But we need a few good taters. What's taters?
Yes, looks delicious.
What's taters, huh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Carrots still have a little bit of crunch to it, which I like. They're not totally soft. You get some bite from that sambal. All right,
Yeah, it's a hair spicy, but
it's okay.
it's good.
Here's the pork. Try the pork. Tell me what you think.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Melt in your mouth. It's good. I like it.
It does have a good flavor to it. I will say, however, in the interest of full transparency and honesty, that it is very much overdone. So much so that it's like, yes, it's very tender. However, it's sacrificed that tenderness for juiciness, and the juice. It's relatively. It's not super juicy. It is on the slightly drier side, but it is very, very tender. I mean, I'll still eat this.
Oh, it's good.
It is. It's very good.
It's just not great.
It's just not great. But that's okay, because first time, it's an experiment. I would definitely say that it turned out better than the tray baked stuff from Thursday, in my opinion. Let's tuck into the potato with that sex bacon bits. Instant home run. That is super good.
Hey, I'll be right there. I'll check.
Hang on.
Getting my laundry prepped. One more load to go.
Yeah, this potato. Oh man.
You chose wisely.
Chat chose wisely.
They did a good job.
Like, honestly, this is a better version of
Are you
like
sure?
potato skins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went out with some ladies. We went to BJ's restaurant, and one lady got potato skins, and it was just like there was no potato. It was just stuff, and they were overcooked and. Sorry, Lumpy. I wish they were close to your mouth too.
I know, buddy.
One day.
Yeah, carrots have a nice little burn to them.
I got it. So yeah.
Potato with the cheese and pork is actually really good too.
I like this cheese better than the other cheese. I know it's the same cheese, but I don't know. I just like it better today, I guess. It's just too loud.
Yes. What are you doing?
I got one load. I'm sorry.
You're gonna wait 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm tired. It's been a day. It's been a week. Like Scott said, this week needs to go. Unfortunately for me, next week's not going to be any better. Good job, baby.
Thanks. You did good too. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
You should be.
So.
You should be.
I am. Let's see. Distance, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry how far they are from your mouth, Lumpy. I know, buddy. I know. Let's see. Looking to see who's on right now. Who we should go raid. Oh, Mally's on. Okay. That answers that question. We're gonna go raid Mally. So there is our, or at least should be our raid message. Hopefully. Yeah, there's our raid message. Okay. It's just lagging until it gets up there into the chat. Yep. Alright. So I'm going to set this up. We're going to go raid Mally. We're going to go give her a snack attack. Because Mally is awesome. and she's playing bass and hanging out. If this will let me do it. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go to the other computer in order to get the raid started. So no big deal. But that being the case, I'll go get the raid started back there, and then we'll kick off over to Mally. Thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you so much to Lumpy Pickle, Night Songs, Carrie Gemini, Wolfie Metal Beast, A Person, Scott Connor, the Punisher himself, Maria. Let's see, I miss anybody? All the lurkers. Thank you so much. But yeah, I will see y'all next week, and I'll get this raid started, and we'll go visit Mally and say hello. So take care, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Hello, boys and ghouls. DK's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? DK's making a